guys, so this is going to be a 10-minute stretch for anyone who's just been out running or you've just done a HIIT workout. I just had a brisk walk and a HIIT workout in my park down the road. So we're going to be targeting mainly our leg muscles today. So thinking from the glutes to our quadriceps to our hamstrings and even a bit of our calves as well. And we will try and kind of open up our chest as well, because it's great to do so, especially if, like most of us, we're sitting at our desk all day. It's nice to get a couple of twists and openers up in there. So let's start off with my favorite pose, taking off your shoes and socks. Just feeling bare feet is always the best way on your yoga mat, if possible. So let's come to hands and knees, and let's push away the mat first. Find stability in that wrist. So we're doing a lot of work on our wrists. We're doing a lot of work on our computers. It's nice to strengthen and also kind of stretch them out. And now let's start to do some figure eights, moving slowly and feeling where maybe you feel a little bit tight, where your body needs a little extra time. Maybe coming into some arches, into some cat-cows if that feels good. Just feeling and acknowledging where your body is today. As we know, every day is different, so figuring out what you need. Finding some stillness. We're going to come back. I'd like us to tuck all of our toes, so even our pinky toe, we need to manually tuck it. And the idea of this one is we're sitting back onto our heels with our foot flexed. So if I show you from behind, all of my toes are tucked, and we're just stretching out the soles of our feet here. So for a lot of people, this is going to feel super awkward and uncomfortable. If you can, try and come to your breath, try and breathe through it. We never stretch out the soles of our feet, and obviously our feet take all of our weight every day, especially if we're running and doing HIIT, it's extra weight. So this actually is a beautiful stretching moment for them and really essential. If you find this is super unbearable, or maybe you're a bit tight in your muscles, bringing your weight onto your hands will both reduce the angle as well as give a little bit less weight on those toes. So if you need to be here, just do so. Acknowledge where your pain is and where your discomfort is. As we always say, we're exploring the discomfort but not the pain. So taking a few more moments here, really coming into your breath as well. Trying to slow it down. And let's come off. Maybe doing a couple of taps if you feel you need to. Bring the circulation back. Coming onto hands and knees. Let's bring our right foot in front. So we're in a very high lunge with our left foot down and our left knee down as well. So it's kind of like 90-degree angle and just a little more. Try and bring your leg a little bit further open. And let's just start giving small movements. Again, we're just kind of acknowledging where our body feels a little bit stiff. We should feel this really nicely in the quadriceps maybe, and definitely in that hip flexor. Should feel really good. So let's find some stillness, and if you need to, if you feel like you're not quite balanced, bring your right foot out a bit towards the edge of the mat. So tucking your toes for a little more stability or staying untucked. Let's bring our hands open. Take your right hand and grab that left wrist. Inhale up and exhale over to the right hand side. Inhale, lengthen, exhale to the right side. We should feel this beautiful stretch. If you breathe in deep to all that left side body, you can feel it from the quadriceps through the hip flexor, all the way through that ribs, all the way up the arm. Not collapsing to the right side either, staying strong in our core. And coming center. This time let's try and reach our hands down if it's possible for us. So just exploring a bit of a deeper lunge now. Bring your hands inside if that's possible for us. And again, just acknowledging and being okay with where we are today. So if it is that we're here, that's absolutely fine. Remembering to try and make sure this is a 90-degree angle and we're not going over too much. Just feeling what we need. And if we feel comfortable here, coming down, bringing our right hand up. So nice easy twist. Opening, spiraling that chest up to the sky. And if this is fine, maybe lifting your foot, lifting that foot and not grabbing it with your opposite hand. Coming into a really nice intense quadricep stretch. Again, a little bit of fluidity in your movements, okay? Nothing too much, no aggressive moves, just being gentle with our body as we start to cool down. and coming out. Let's slowly start to sink into our Ardha Hanumanasana. So that's your half split. So essentially you kind of want a 90-degree angle in that back leg, and this front foot is flexed, front leg is straight. And what we want to focus on is imagining there's a little rope coming out of our right glute and it's pulling us backwards. So you essentially want to kind of scissor your hips so that they become square. To intensify this, you just want to, again, activate that right glute. So imagine it pulling back and pushing down that heel to the mat. Gives a really beautiful stretch all along here. Again, with every inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, folding. Couple more breaths. And now let's find a bit of movement. So going from that lunge position to even further Hanumanasana. So just figuring out what you kind of need. Maybe tucking the toes on that back foot. And just feeling a nice fluid stretch here. Beautiful. Let's come back and just switch sides. So left foot in front now. 90-degree angle again. You can tuck or untuck those toes, up to you. And just finding what's happening on this side. It's very normal to have one side that's a lot tighter. I'm actually finding that this leg, I'd say, is tighter today. I can feel my quads and my hip flexors a lot in this pose. Maybe finding a little bit of stillness. And then we reach up, strong in our core, ribs are knitted in. Let's reach, let's grab our right wrist with our left hand. Inhale up and exhale over to the side. Trying to remain square on our hips not moving too much, and the twist is happening in the upper spine. You should feel really nice all along that right side. And if you need something a bit more intense, focus on really pushing that shin down against the mat, the back shin. And by activating the quads there, you're actually strengthening through a stretch. One more inhale. And exhale, coming out. So this time again, finding the ground and finding what you need today. So is it your toes tucked in that back foot for more stability? Is it coming into a bit of a lizard pose? Is it some nice little circles? Or is it actually just staying up here? Trying to do what we did on the other side, trying to find balance, to provide balance off the mat as well. But acknowledging when that's not happening for you. So let's place our right hand down, keep our hips squared, and reach up with that left hand. A nice open twist. Nothing too strenuous, just opening up that chest. And staying here or grabbing that foot, if it worked for you last time, grabbing that foot, providing a nice little bit more opener, maybe sinking the hips a little further down, but not collapsing in the core. So our core stays strong here. And coming undone slowly. And again, moving back into that Ardha Hanumanasana. So trying to set up with a 90-degree angle here. Toes tucked or untucked on that back foot, but we really want to have this front foot flexed, pushing down onto the mat. And remember, you got that rope coming out of your left glute, almost pulling back into the socket, and that creates a really nice stretch all along the back of your leg. With every inhale, lengthening, and every exhale, surrender to the pose. And now let's just try and find some fluidity between those two moves. So coming to your low lunge and moving back into your variation of Ardha Hanumanasana. I personally like to go a little bit deeper, having my toes tucked to provide another soul stretch. I'm moving really slowly. Amazing. Let's come out, let's tuck that toe, and if you can, just stepping into a little squat at the front of your mat. So I'm going to turn for you to see. We're just sitting in a low squat. So this is an absolutely easy pose if you're super flexible and tend to just dump into your hip joints. ask that you just kind of come up, challenge yourself to come up a little bit. So you're actually engaging your muscles through the stretch, and that way you're going to feel it a lot more. You're going to feel the benefits a lot more. So again, allowing a bit of movement here if you want. Shoulders pushing out the either knee. Maybe if you're happy here staying, or coming into a sort of low squat, one-legged squat, coming over to the other side, flexing this foot. Again, if this is super easy for you, coming up a little bit to really get into that inner groin, coming back through. Let's do one more on either side with that toe flex this time. And coming back the other side. And this time, just having a little, see how your toes and your feet feel. Coming into the center, coming back to your squat. And let's go ahead and sit down. So we're going to move into a figure 4. Let's have our left sole of our foot down, and our right ankle is going to be over our left knee. We want to make sure that that foot's flexed to protect our knee. And the beauty about this is that no matter your flexibility, you can get there. So if your foot has to be really low, we just want to focus on having a straight back. So maybe this is you today. Or maybe you can wiggle your toes up, making sure our shoulders stay down. This is a really nice one if you find pigeon is uncomfortable, difficult, or painful for you. This one's a really great one because you're putting a little less pressure on your hips and knees. So it's a really great one to get into, and it's a great one to warm up for pigeon too, if that's a pose that you like to surrender into. And staying here, or wiggling this left foot over, so we come into I call it a fire log. Essentially, you want both legs parallel. You want your right ankle over that left knee, and what we're doing here is stretching out that right glute. So staying here, for a lot of people this is enough. Maybe you need like a block here if you're feeling like there's a lot of pressure, but if you're happy here, inhaling up and exhaling, folding forward. It's really important to stretch after your run or your HIIT session. Your muscles are so warm then already that it just makes them a lot more pliable. It also helps to increase your range of movement, which can, prevent injury, can improve your performance. So using the stretches after your exercise, giving yourself that 10 minutes of self-care. Beautiful. And let's switch sides. So this time we want to have our right sole of our foot down, bringing our left ankle over our right knee, flexing that left foot, and make sure you keep it flexed. So back straight. Remember, you want a long spine, shoulders down, proud chest, and wiggling your toes as far up the mat as you can. Remembering to breathe. And then if fire log was there for you on the other side, honor that on the next side. Remember, we just want to make sure that that left ankle's over that right knee. Shins are parallel to the front of the mat. And if it's available, folding over and feeling that beautiful stretch on the outer left glute, maybe in the lower back a little too. Shouldn't feel painful, but it should feel really, really nice, a strong release. And slowly making your way back up. Coming to a comfortable cross-leg position. Maybe you need a block today, that's absolutely fine. Let's just finish off with a couple of stretches, a little side twist. So if you bring your left arm to your right knee, and just a nice gentle spinal twist, shoulders down, every inhale, elongate every exhale, turning, turn. Switching sides, soft, gentle, Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling. Turn. Now this time let's bring our left hand over our right knee. Let's inhale our right hand up and exhale to the other side. I love this beautiful stretch and twist action. It always feels so good on my spine, and I feel like a real stretch across my ribs. And let's find a graceful transition to the other side. So right arm on your left knee, reaching that left arm up. Inhale, grow tall, and exhale. With every inhale, be twisting open, and exhale, finding that pose. And coming out again. Let's just take one inhale together. Sigh out. Another one. Sighing out. One more time. Let's inhale to the top and hold. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. Exhale. And enjoy the rest of your day.